Well, President Trump and the president of the European Commission will hold trade talks in Scotland on Sunday. President Trump says the odds of an agreement are about 50-50.
I would say that we have a 50-50 chance, maybe less than that, but a 50-50 chance of making a deal with the EU. And it'll be a deal where they have to buy down their tariffs, because they're right now at 30%. And they'll have to buy them down, maybe.
And here with more on this is CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady. Kelly, thanks for joining us. So let's talk about the EU. Why are they such a key trading partner, and why haven't they been able to reach a deal with the U.S. just yet?
So they are our #1 trading partner. If you look at the European Union as a whole, right, a lot of countries there to do business with. And the reason why it's so difficult is because you have so many varying countries with varying interests, right? What Belgium is going to want is different than Germany. Specifically, there are a couple of things that the EU sells to the U.S. where we either have or are considering sector tariffs, and that would be pharmaceuticals. That's a big one that the president has said we might put a tariff on. Automobiles also. Remember, we've got that 25% sector tariff. Volkswagen, a German company, car company, came out today and said, hey, we are taking a $1.5 billion hit. So there's so many different factors here. And I think the EU is trying to get maybe a sweetheart deal. I think they're looking at what Japan got when it comes to the auto sector tariffs.
Right. And, you know, I also want to ask about this. President Trump today said that a weaker dollar could be good for Americans. Is there any truth to that?
So there is. And this is really interesting because if you and I go to Italy, right, you were just there, I'm going, and we have a weaker dollar, that means that our dollar does not go as far as it used to. The exchange rate isn't in our favor. It's going to cost more, when you're going abroad. But for American companies, that means that the goods that they produce have a better exchange rate for people who are abroad buying them. So it's better for companies, it's better for foreign investment because it's cheaper to invest in the U.S. when there's a weaker dollar. So yes and no, I guess when it's good for Americans, it depends on what Americans you're talking about, the ones that are traveling abroad or the ones that are trying to sell their goods abroad.
Sure. Well, Kelly O'Grady, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.